Hi Libra, and welcome to your November 2020 general reading. I can hardly believe it's November, but I'm really quite glad that 2020 is coming to an end. I think most people are. So listen, your two Lenormands are the Fox and the Swan. So quite a lot of people would automatically jump to a conclusion that there might be some foxy, deceptive behaviour in a relationship. Maybe, okay, for some of you, as we'll look at the other cards, but sometimes the fox is about looking backwards. So you're looking backwards at what you're leaving behind. So a little bit like what I read the Seven of Swords as, okay? So sometimes it can be, if it was with the snake, I'd be like, oh, what have you got here? But I can't help thinking the Seven of Swords is that some of you are in a reflection process about something in the past, even thinking, is there something or someone that I want to go back to? Maybe you're in a gateway about moving forward into this connection. Because when I look at these cards, I am not getting an awful feeling in my tummy, and sometimes I get that awful feeling in my tummy. I'm getting more like the Seven of Swords can be analysis paralysis, you know, going over and over and over something in your mind. But I've got a funny old feeling there's a lot of consideration about going forward into a connection. Maybe there's energy about commitment. Do I want this? Don't I want this? You know, that's what I feel the conversation's about. But I'm going to try and find out a little bit more. Again, Libra, it's a general reading. I always think the general readings, there's a few people who get an exact reading, and for other people, I just did the Aquarius reading, and it just wasn't my reading. I could feel it, but it was obviously, it's very, very blurry here. It was obviously very, very clear for someone else. Can I fix my camera? Is this looking really... Is that better? A bit better. It's very, very dark in the UK. Gosh, it's really dark. Give me a minute and I'll see how it goes. I might have to do something with the lighting. So let me pull me some cards for Libra for the month of November. I'm hoping to do mid-month readings. I'm not fully sure yet. We'll just have to see how it goes. I think the most precious thing at the moment is energy, and I have to watch my energy and how it's going. So give me messages for Libra. Gosh, it's so dark. Sorry. I will fix the lighting. So behind you, is the Moon card, yeah, or the High Priestess. Oh my gosh, two completely yin energies. So the yin energies are a bit going within. So sometimes we go within to seek answers. The Moon is very, very much about safety, security. It can be a bit self-nurturing. But with the High Priestess, this is really, really, really deep, intuitive energy here. So by the looks of it, Libra, you've been very, very involved in... It's almost like your energy is completely sort of inwards. And when that's going on, it's always about guidance. It's always about seeking intuition, seeking that knowing. Okay, so what you're looking for is the Sun card. Yeah, beautiful. Clarity, light. And because you're Libra, it's about... Your Libra Sun is so deeply about connection. It just is. You know, remember, Libra, Aries, access, self and others. We don't go into relationships at the expense of our own self. That's what we're leaving behind. So the gift is the Page of Wands, which is tends to be making a decision. The challenge is the Eight of Swords, ain't it always? So what's turning up in your relationship card? The Queen of Cups. I'm going to have to move the camera. I'm not getting money and work. You've got the Nine of Cups. Judgment card, a soul position. And then the King of Swords. Then you get the Strength card, which is Leo. Can I try and fix this camera, guys? I know, ultra unprofessional of me. I don't know, what is that better? So you can see all the cards showing up. So what you want is the Sun. So the Sun is about vitality, it's about health, but more importantly, it comes after the Moon. So the Moon is that very, very deep internal place. Sometimes we can't see the future when we're in the Moon card. We're very much in the unknown, the great mystery. And the Sun is bringing clarity, so it brings light, it brings awareness, it brings insight. You've got 2 Leo cards, so some of you might be dealing with a Leo. If you're not dealing with a Leo, Leo rules the heart. Yeah, the heart of the matter. What's in your heart? And when I looked at those Lenormand cards, I felt that's what the inquiry was about. You know, what is true for me at the most fundamental level, and that's why that Fox card doesn't have to be a negative. It's almost like, I think some of you have got a conversation going on in your head, because what you want is this clarity. Now, the Page of Wands is the gift. It's helping you get the clarity. The Page of Wands as a gift is about making a decision. Yeah, look at the body language. He steps forward and makes a decisive decision about their desires, what they want. Really, really lovely card, by the way, because it's going to get you out the fogginess of the Moon and the High Priestess, into clarity and decision making. Now, the challenge of the Eight of Swords, again, the challenge of the Eight of Swords is still too much mind. Yeah, not only is it too much mind, there might be a feeling of frustrations, delays, obstacles. It's going to be that way. Mars goes retrograde the end of November. And really, between me and you, I wouldn't make any big decisions until Mars goes retrograde, because that's when we'll begin to see and understand, are my desires valid? Is this something that I want to happen? That's when more clarity will happen about the way our soul wants to move forward. We're entering into a really, really big time, Libra. I think most of you probably know it, in December. And there's going to be really, really big decisions that have to be made about which path you're going to take on life and what side you're on. So there is very decisive action, but the Eight of Swords is still a challenge, which means there's still obstacles and constraints and delays. So no one loves it, but there's always an obstacle. So in your relationship house, you've got the Queen of Cups. This might be you, this might be someone else. This is a very compassionate energy, walking forward, offering your cup, offering kindness, offering harmony, sort of offering this love to someone. So this might be a water sign person. If it's not, it's about the energy of our emotions, yeah, and emotion. So it's about going forward, offering this cup of love, and someone offering it to you. Is there anything else you want to say about this Queen of Cups? It's with the Empress card. So the Empress card with the Queen of Cups is an awful lot of love, kindness, warmth, which has got a very tangible reality. So this is about love you can see and touch and you can feel. It's not about the love of the Seven of Swords or the Fox card, which is too much head. Yeah, these are cards but someone who's already or has the opportunity to be very, very present in your life. Because we don't really, it's the nitty-gritty parts of relationship and working through them that's really, really lets us know if a relationship's worth pursuing or not. We all attract people in our lives that look good on paper, and they can have so much power, these relationships, but we've no idea in everyday life would that relationship be able to be the test of time. This is relationship dynamics that are real. Taurus, the Empress, they're in your life, they're part of your everyday life. And I think for some Libras there's some sort of decision that has to be made. 9 of Cups in money and work. Great card. Nothing really much to say about that. With the Chariot card, potentially, you know, there's great. We're in a period of great uncertainty for most of us regarding our resources, Libra. Yeah, most of us are, including myself, by the way. So, so the 9 of Cups and the Chariot card are really, really good cards to have around your resources, because it would seem to me that your needs are being met with the 9 of Cups. You've been able to, yeah, your needs are being met, and not only are they being met, it looks like there's a little bit of movement with the Chariot. There's some movement forward regarding financial matters. So really, really great cards. Judgment card at a soul level can be Scorpio. It can be someone from the past coming back, which would make sense for the Fox card, because the Judgment card is a death rebirth card. Yeah, and this is the opposite side of a death card. You know, the death card is obviously shredding skins, and this is coming back from the dead. They can talk about a relationship coming back round again for some of you, but if that's not what you want and you've made your decision and you know what you want, Libra, this is sort of just giving thanks. A lot of people would say the highest prayer is thank you. All our prosperity problems can be resolved by gratitude. So the Judgment card is essentially at soul level, giving thanks for what you do have and all that you've received. And some might say the 9 of Cups is about that, being really, it's a really prosperous heart, the 9 of Cups. And not only have you got this prosperous card around your finances, you also have the Queen of Cups and the Empress around your relationships, which again is a vast state of inner prosperity in your relationships, in your finances, and in your soul level. I sort of want your reading, Libra, actually. Now, the outcome is the King of Swords. Different ways to read the King of Swords. Because the 8 of Swords is a challenge, I'm hoping this is about getting control over your mind as an air sign. It's not funny at all when we're controlled by our thinking processes. Yeah, the mind is not an authority in our lives, and when we try and seek solutions, we all go to our minds and we get lost in this crazy anxiety and overthinking. So the King of Swords might be about getting control over that mental pattern. Yeah, sort of claiming the sword, see? Or quite often, so this could also be another air sign. It could be about taking a step back, being the observer. So observe, don't absorb what's going on around you. So very, very much the air element, and seeing the bigger picture, And then you get the Strength card again, which is Leo. So what you want is a Sun, and you end in the Strength card. So two very, very powerful Leo cards. So this can be a person, by the way. There's no way around it. For some of you, it is a person. For others of you, it's not, because the age of Aquarius is the age of its mind and heart coming into connection, okay? And following the impulse of the heart in your decision-making process. Your mind is not an authority, Libra. Yeah, the only true authority we have is, I would say, mind and heart in connection. So, you know, in some sort of relationship with each other. And this is what individuation is. It's about following the heart, following your true soul calling, what you know is right for you, and not getting caught up in mental stories, because I want you to begin to see that's the world that we're leaving behind. That the mind is no longer this power over me, and I now listen to the energy of my heart, my sense of knowing what's right for me and following that direction. And I think it's about a relationship, by the way. I think maybe there's been a bit of confusion. I know there's been a bit of confusion with the Foxes and the Two of Cups, the Foxes and the Swan card. And I think what's happening here is there's some quite decisive decision that's going to be made. And the obstacle might be that state of mind. And that state of mind that will tell you you're wrong, tell you you can't trust your decision-making process, or, oh, I made the wrong decision. You know, I guess Libra, when it's in its challenging, I said in its challenging, is always that feeling of, oh, uncertainty. Is this the right decision? Shall I choose that? You know, it's almost like some of you are getting into that mind pattern when actually there's such emotional prosperity in your reading. You know, an emotional prosperity is about love. It is about our resources. It's about our connection with spirit. It's all of them. And the great thing is, Libra, you sort of have that in all the main areas this month. And it seems to be the battle is the one within your own mind. So why is the Eight of Swords a challenge, please? One card. I think I've actually got to this place in my development when I'm too much in my mind. It's almost like being in a very, very, very dark place, Libra. I'm sort of laughing. Okay, it's with the Four of Pentacles. It's a holding back energy, protecting the heart. So maybe that's why some of you are in the Eight of Swords. It's almost like, is this the right thing for me? Shall I go this? And I think a decision's been made. But there's a bit of a fear, Libra. And it's either you that's got the fear or someone else that you're dealing with. And it's like, well, if I let down my guard, you know, that tortured tango, one person goes forward, the other person goes backwards. And it's like, oh, if I let down my guard, then they might go backwards again. So there's a fear of completely maybe trusting someone. I think really what the fear is maybe fear about your own decision-making process, if you're making the right decision. Sometimes you just have to close your eyes, put your left hand on your heart, and just say, show me the way. just show me, guide me, lead me. But then we have to get out of our own way and allow the insights and the answers and the knowing to come through about our direction, which I would say is going to happen because, I mean, the way to read these cards, it can be a person, but it's your head and your heart coming into relationship. And that is the most essential resources we need to get through and to individuate, to be a powerful person walking into December, the great conjunctions that are happening in Aquarius. These are exactly the resources I want you to have when your head and heart are in connection. Not one dominates the other, but do not be dominated by fantasy, Libra. Because all that glitters is not gold. Sometimes the best relationships are the ones that have to go through the ups and downs of everyday life, and they're the ones that last the test of time. Okay, I'll speak to you later, Libra. So much love. Bye.